Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. There were 7,000 layoffs at Citigroup in 2023, 4,000 at Goldman Sachs, 11% at Farmers Insurance, 7% at Robinhood, 6% at Charles Schwab, 5% at Wells Fargo, 5% at Ally Financial, and 4% at Morgan Stanley. While in Canada, RBC, Royal Bank of Canada, lends between 1 and 2% and Bank of Nova Scotia, 3%. According to Forbes, major banks have fired more than 20,000 workers so far, and it seems like that number will only rise. Then, in a light-hearted manner, everything is alright. We are in the middle of it, and I don't think many people realize the extent to which it will hurt if they aren't ready or haven't protected their finances. David Summers has said that this should also be closely monitored. The unemployment rate and uptakes tend to go hand in hand during economic downturns. The confidence that people have in the economy is still highly dependent on their perception of the strength of the job market. The labor market is thus not robust. This is just additional information that I will include in the video's description. It's frightening. It appears terrifying, I must admit. This is so significant that the Dutch central bank has admitted they are not mentioning this, which is news to me. You can see by looking at their inventory that they have been planning for a new gold standard for some time. The Central Bank of the Netherlands recently revealed in an interview that it has brought its gold holdings as a percentage of GDP up to par with other Eurozone and non-European nations. A political choice has been made in this matter. The government's gold holdings can support a new gold standard, the price of gold will surge, and a financial crisis is imminent. That is what the Dutch National Bank has determined. These remarks back up what I've said for the last 2 years on central banks getting ready for a new global gold standard. Russia, China, and India are all BRICS nations with substantial gold holdings, and we know they're all doing something similar. This article provides some background on what other nations have done and are doing in the past, but I'll just reiterate the point to make my argument about how to get ready for a gold standard. I wanted to thank the ISO GOAT for posting that. The Dutch Central Bank has been acting quietly because they do not trust what will happen next. On top of that, they tell us what we are supposed to know without giving us the details. Elbaz, the spokesperson for the World Gold Council, is in an XLM video that showcases the journey of gold. You can find the video on their profile, which is linked below. So, instead of playing you this commercial, I'll just scroll through here to show you a journey. It seems like this might have been sourced from Nat Geo. For what? Found there? In my opinion, it does not specify which channel it is. Simply put, Idris Elba is introducing a new series called Journey that will premiere on the World Gold Council. For more information, visit journey.gold. I believe we are finally getting the hint. There will be a catastrophic collapse of the Western economy, and central banks must be ready. Michael Branch posted this over 14 hours ago, a huge amount of XRP, and the dollarization is still going strong. Banks are changing their financial systems to accommodate Cryptus DLT. Some 25 million was just sent to Bitstamp, you guys. Accordingly, these OTL figures persist after an ODL exchange. Not only are they not decreasing, but they are also continuing to rise or remain reasonably stable. However, a major cryptocurrency tracker has just revealed that an unnamed whale transferred an astounding 25 million XRP to Bitstamp. Approximate value of 1 XRP is $15.5 million. Many people felt compelled to share their thoughts on the transaction, with some expressing surprise and others expressing alarm. Ripple to ODM is just another transfer in this case. Consequently, the Ripple net-based on-demand liquidity product is doing well, but this is only a taste of what's to come in the next years when they test this out on a larger scale with actual world volume. Looking back in 2019, 2020, and even 2018, we were thinking, oh look, XRapid. That's going to really boost the price of XRP to $599. So, in light of what I know now, I think that's the OTT prediction. Indeed, that was not the case. But you're heading in the correct way with every step. Oh my gosh, we were thinking that the LDL announcement was going to send the price of XRP soaring. Absolutely not. Afterwards, we receive yet another notification. Oh, we're afraid that will remind them of what Brad Garlinghouse stated years ago. No, it won't. I am beginning to perceive it vividly as I crawl, walk, and run. Right now. As a community, we are working towards wider adoption by conducting a series of smaller tests, with each test involving, for example, 25 million XRP, or $15 million. In the scheme of things, that is insignificant, but you can see it is the first salvo toward a more substantial move. Everything is crucial, and I appreciate Michael bringing it to our notice with his post. Ultimately, there will be a surge in activity, and XRP's high price will tip the chain in this direction. Alright, folks, this panel features Ripple's Brad Garlinghouse and Coinbase's digital dollar project. John D'Agostino will be discussing the regulatory situation at the Boston Institute for Digital Assets discussion on December 4th, the same conference. Here we have Brad Garlinghouse, a keynote speaker, and Gabriella Coots, a senior advisor at Coinbase and a member of the Digital Dollar Project. I am really pleased that I bought this currency. It has been performing well recently, and I wanted to mention that someone from Hadera will also be attending the event. I'm not going to gripe because I purchased my H-bar job. I purchased it in late December, after the market had already tanked. I was lucky to have the funds on hand nearly a year ago, when the market was near its lowest point. In the end, I figured, well, basics are nice. By this stage, I was even considering alternative measures. Among the many metrics that have influenced my decision to back different cryptocurrencies, which I discuss with my Patreon members on patreon.com/workingmoney, is their practicality in the real world. H-bar will also be present at this event. And that will take place in the next 2 weeks. To whomever posted that, I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. We also have this from Mike Manfield of a bank that is investing heavily in technology, and this from Kaminos, which shows that North American banks see technological advancements as the most significant trend influencing their business. In light of all these layoffs, they really ought to be exploring various strategies. Although North American banks have been slower to adopt new technology than their international counterparts, this tendency is beginning to change, according to a paper that examines how disruptive technologies can boost their competitiveness. The study found that technology will have the greatest influence on the banking industry in the next 5 years, according to 90% of North American banks, compared to 63% of banks worldwide. This is because North American banks are more focused on transferring domestic core banking to the cloud in order to compete with non-financial companies and fintechs. Furthermore, 36% of North American banks polled compared to 26% of banks worldwide, and 79% of those North American banks believe that a multi-year cloud plan will be required by regulators during the next 5 years, but 60% of banks elsewhere do not share this expectation. Clearly, Ripple partner terminals in Europe have an incentive to, sign up more clients and get them on DLT technology as quickly as possible before their competitors do. This reports all of their technological developments. Therefore, it is reasonable to expect further integration of this kind. And you know what? We bankers just can't get on board with the mentality of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We have to step it up because the time is running out. I wanted to express my gratitude to Mike for sharing yet another survey that was put out by our partner Terminos on Ripple. Capgemini is a rapid contributor with ties to Ripple and XRP. Here's another statement from Matthew Lee explaining why this is relevant to you guys. The launch of the digital financial market infrastructure was a success thanks to their collaboration with Euroclear. Okay, everyone, I've included the notification that was recently sent out on November 21, 2023. Capgemini did, in fact, announce their partnership with Euroclear, which allowed them to effectively launch their digital securities issuing business. Euroclear's digital financial market infrastructure strategy has reached a major milestone with the launch of their service, which allows for the distribution and settlement of digitally native notes on distributed ledger technology as well as completely digital foreign securities. What does this tell us about digital international security, tokenization on DLT, and Capgemini's partnerships with Ripple and Swift Reveal? Capgemini was a frontrunner in the DFMAI program's system integration, offering advice, design, development, and testing, among other services. The new DFMI was orchestrated and integrated by Capgemini as a whole. The Euro platform validates pre-existing infrastructure and systems. Your company's goal is to improve digital infrastructure in all financial markets, and the DFMI program's success is a major step in that direction. It also increases industry confidence in decentralized futures generally. Finally, we are pleased to announce our partnership with Euroclear in the DFMI program, which will disrupt the established financial market architecture. According to Pierre-Olivier Bouy, head of financial services for continental Europe at Capgemini, this launch marks a significant milestone in their long-standing partnership with Euroclear to link decentralized and regulated finance. Okay, everyone, this is moving along rather quickly. I wanted to express my gratitude to Matthew L.A. and you for sharing the news that more is emerging from the Middle East, as this is occurring in Europe and is being covered by Capgemini, the vital link between Swift and Ripple. Ellen, a partner at Ripple, will be launching a subsidiary wallet next year. This one comes from the Al Ansari exchange, which is courtesy of Wrath of Khan. Users will be able to pay bills, get salaries, make money transfers, remittances, and access microfinance with this digital wallet. Next year, Outland Sari Financial Things, headquartered in the United Arab Emirates, will introduce a digital wallet that will serve the unbanked by allowing them to pay bills, send money home or abroad, and receive microfinance notifications, among other things. The unbanked are their intended victims. The central bank has given preliminary approval for the Dubai-listed company's subsidiary Ansari Digital Pay to operate as a retail payment service provider and store value facility. The service is anticipated to debut in the second quarter of 2024. These individuals are now cognizant of the fact that they possess considerable power as a result of their partnership with Ripple. Thanks to all this technology on the back end, they can now cater to a whole new market. Before DLT technology, they couldn't even consider banking the unbanked since it would have been too expensive. This means that customers may do things like get paychecks, send money locally and internationally, pay bills, and gain access to digitally enabled services using their personal QR code. Finding a niche market is all about recognizing that there is a population that is now unbanked, but has the potential to become banked. This population want democratic accessibility, meaning that they can utilize money just like everyone else. Even down here, people are calling it a game changer. With the introduction of microfinancing options, a sizable portion of the UAE consumer market stands to gain. Because of the high costs, traditional banking hasn't been able to handle many of these cases, so that's something to consider. Microfinance is no longer an issue when using Ripple Net OTL channels, as our economy calls them, and the XRP ledger. This allows for inexpensive and efficient transactions. I wanted to express my gratitude to Kahneman for posting that. It's great news. This one comes from Brad Hill on Twitter, so that's 19 banks employing RippleNet. Additional financial institutions have disclosed holdings in XRP, amounting to 9.4 billion euros. This is the total assets under management, AUM, that these banks have, dude. Financial institutions from all around the globe, including the US, EU, and others, have come forward to announce their investments in cryptocurrency, with XRP being the leader. A report summarizing the 45-member central bank's exposures to XRP and other cryptocurrencies was issued by the OECD Committee on Banking Supervision, a preeminent worldwide authority on banking regulation. According to BCBS, their committee has responded to cryptocurrencies over the past 5 years with a number of analytical and supervisory measures. As part of these endeavors, a new template for collecting crypto data was mentioned. According to the report by BCBS, data on crypto assets was supplied by 19 different banks. To be clear, 7 of the 10 banks were located in Europe, and 2 were located in other parts of the world. It came to light that the banks had reported a total of 9.4 billion euros, which is equivalent to around $10.27 billion, not including USD or crypto asset exposures. At the same time, the research brought attention to the fact that reporting banks display an uneven distribution of crypto exposures. Of the entire exposure, 2 banks were responsible for more than half, while 4 other banks constituted slightly less than 40%. Based on the data disclosed by the reporting institutions, XRP is the 3rd largest altcoin according to the Basel Committee's rankings. Notably, out of a total exposure of $9.4 billion, XRP accounts for 2%, which means that there are a total of 188 million XRP positions, or $205 million. Bitcoin and Ethereum were the sole 2 other cryptocurrencies that were more dominating. Instruments tracking BTC and ETH also fall into the dominant categories, with 31% and 22% of the market share, respectively. With all these major banks, many of which are based in North America, which surprises me, and a significant portion of them in Europe, XRP is clearly positioned to take 3rd place. These institutions are gearing up for a financial revolution, you know. And when this market recovers, I just know that everyone will be rich if they bought their shares when they did. Avoid fear of missing out, FOMO, in JSON green candlesticks next year at all costs. But that is only my personal view. I would much appreciate your opinions. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.